Hey there, welcome to the studio. Today's video, I thought I would come into the studio and share with you my favorite accessories for doing a portrait shoot. And it's not going to be what you think. It's not light stands and tripods and all of that sort of thing. So let's jump in and have a little look at what I cannot live without in my studio. The first one is clamps. I have got a bucket full of clamps. So there's lots of different clamps I just got from the hardware store. I've got like those, you know, the bulldog clamps. These are great if dresses are, you know, too big, need to be clamped in smaller, stuff like that. So that is my number one. I use these for hanging backdrops. I use them for just clipping all sorts of things. It cannot live without my clamps. The next one is Blu Tack. So I use this for sticking all sorts of things. You never know what you're going to use Blu Tack for. And there's also tape. So there's the black electrical tape and there's also like the masking tape. So I use that for, again, clothes. I also use it to tape down backdrop stands and things like that so they're not a tripping hazard. I use it for just so many different things. So these are a must in the studio. A step ladder. Now this is a Gorilla step ladder. I like it. It's not overly big. It's got a little tray thing here that I can put on here. I think it's actually like a painter's thing. It's only 3 steps, but it's good. It's sturdy. It'll even put up with my weight. I don't go all the way up because I hate heights. But if I need to get up a little bit higher, or if I've got other photographers in the studio, they can get on this. It's good, sturdy, and it's got rails on the side. Brilliant. My other thing is my step stools. Now, I've got 2 of these. This is a black one and I've got one in natural pine. They're just wooden. I actually use them more for chairs, for sitting in the studio, rather than a step stool as such. But people will grab them in a pinch and use them as a step ladder. And that's fine, not a problem. The next one is spray bottles, water drops. Mostly I use them for still life and stuff like that, but if I want to add condensation to a glass or something like that for realism, I will use a spray bottle, and I've got a variety of these. This is my big one, but I've got some little ones as well. A music speaker. So this is my little one for on location or using other studios and stuff like that. In my studio, I have a Sonos system, but it's buried way back in the back and I can't get to it. But I will put a link for that and the Sonos system, although the Sonos is probably getting a bit old. But these are all Bluetooth, so I just run them off my mobile phone. They're fantastic. 5-in-1 reflector. I know it is a little bit cliche and expected, but seriously, I cannot put enough emphasis on this. Whether it's a curved reflector that you're using, or whether it's a 5-in-1 like this one with silver on one side, white on the other side. This is quite a large one from K&F Concepts, but I do have some smaller ones. I've got round ones. I've got various different sizes, so they are a must. The other thing that I've got is a camera monitor. Now, I'm currently using my one on my camera right now so I can record this, but this is my old one, which is quite small and worked really well, but I just preferred the newer one that I've got in from Viltrox, so I'll put that below. But that allows me to see what I'm recording. It also allows my models to see what they're doing. So many different aspects, whether I'm teaching or shooting or recording videos. The on-screen monitor I found to be really helpful. Microphone. Again, I'm using one at the moment to record this, which is this one here from Hollyland, which is the Lark, I think A1. But I also have, no, this is the Lark A1. That must just be the Lark. So this is the one for mobile. So if I want to record anything on mobile, it's got a little adapter there that I can put for mobile as well. But I find, especially when I'm like, you know, 5 meters away or 3 meters away or whatever from my camera, having a microphone that I can clip on, and this is just a cordless lavalier, just makes things so much easier. Now, SD card holder. I have a fabulous slate by Powell Pro that I put my spare SD cards in and keeps them nice and safe. This is really, really solid, so if I drop it or anything like that, the cards aren't going to get damaged. It's also dust and water resistant. That just sits in my camera bag, nice and safe. Something else that I find quite handy in the studio are these black mats. They're just foam. They're not very thick. I've got a whole heap of them. I think I've got about 4 of them. So I can put them on the floor if my model wants to have something a little bit softer to sit on. If I've got photographers in the studio who want to kneel on the floor, and my floor is concrete, so it's not particularly comfortable, they can use these to kneel on. These are also great if you're out and about on location and you want to fold them up and have your model sit on them so she doesn't get her outfit or their outfit very dirty. So if you're sitting on the ground or on a tree or something like that, these are great. They're lightweight, you fold them up, fabulous to have in your kit. Something else that I find is quite useful and gets used a lot is Hollywood tape. Now, I did mention the tape before, but this is actually fashion tape, and it comes in double-sided strips, and my models frequently use that to stop outfits from dropping or coming loose, or we've attached fairy wings. We've done all sorts of things with this stuff. So Hollywood tape, or fashion tape as it's sometimes called, I find this really, really helpful in the studio as well. Last but not least is a really good sturdy camera strap, whether it's a wrist strap like this one from Peak Design, which I really like to use, and it just makes sure that my camera is nice and safe. I also have a crossbody sling that I use as well. So that just keeps cameras nice and safe. I'm always picking them up, putting them down, whatever, and I do get the shakes a bit sometimes, so having a camera strap keeps them really, really safe and secure. And just for good measure, a little bit of a shout out to my light meter and my white and grey cards for balancing my white balance. I don't use them as often as I used to because I'm spending more and more time using constant light. However, these are still invaluable for setting your white balance, setting your lighting, getting your settings correct. So that's it. These humble accessories I find invaluable in the studio. Some of them are cheap and easy, and they're just great workarounds. Some of them, like the camera monitor and things like that, probably cost a little more, but I do find them very, very helpful. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe it sparked in you a little bit of a wish list for your studio. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if there's anything that you like using in the studio, maybe you should post that in the comments and share with everybody else. I'd love to know what your favourite accessories in your studio are. Bye.